This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to Essentially Dacob, the fragrant shrine bunker. So you guys, listen, have I got a doozy for you. Today we're going to be talking about top 10 perfumes for the office and the work environment. And this might sound and seem super easy, like, yeah, but no, there's a lot of psychology that goes into it. There's a lot of I can't wait to get into this. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already here on the tubes. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together on Patreon for extra perks. Thank you to all my patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream every Saturday on my main Super Dacob channel, where I also pre-record the videos that end up on the Essentially Dacob channel as well. So let's cue in our wonderful co-chatters. Hello, everybody. Oh, look at the flying chats. A little update. Well, we got billions of people in the chats. Something went berserk here. Okay, you guys. Hey, everybody. Whee! So listen, this is super fascinating. You can join the live chats every Saturday. Join us and communicate with us. So you guys, let me know also what you think are going to be the top 10 perfumes for the office space. Now listen. I've been thinking about this for a while now. This is not easy because obviously we're in 2022 as I'm filming this, and you know, a lot of people are just coming out of the lockdown. A lot of people are coming out of home office. Obviously, if you are doing home office, chances are you're probably wearing just your own skin odor. Unwashed, possibly. But if you're kind of entering back into the office world where you actually go to work, into a space where other human beings are surrounding you and you're surrounded by them. By the way, for office or work in general, I'm thinking these perfumes are going to be an interesting selection for you no matter what sort of job you have, as long as you are surrounded by other people. Now, we know that in 2022, most perfume houses tend to become really bland and they kind of water down perfumes, and inoffensive is the word du jour. Fragrances have to become super soft. They have to be volatile. They're not supposed to affect and annoy anybody surrounding you. So it was really difficult for me to find fragrances that will not cause you trouble at work, but that will still show your personality, that will still make you shine, and that will still allow others to remember you. But at the same time, those people will not be annoyed by you. You're not going to have a cloying you're not going to come to work wearing Christian Dior's Poison. You're not going to come to work wearing Cristal by Chanel. I love Cristal, but Cristal has this pungent chypre claw that remains everywhere you take. You're not going to be wearing Hypnotic Poison to work. Obviously, you're not going to be wearing Angel by Thierry Mugler to work. You're not going to be wearing Alien to work. So now there are certain jobs where, in certain office spaces, where wearing perfume is completely prohibited, where they will not allow you to wear any fragrance to work. So obviously, if you have one of those jobs, you're out of luck. Then there are those office spaces where it's a little bit more easy. There's some office spaces where one of the 10 colleagues sitting around you is super annoyed by all smells and all sounds. We've all been there. But then there are also those spaces where you are allowed to wear something, but as long as it's not too intrusive into other people's, let's say, space, psychological and physical space at the office. So, but at the same time, we want perfumes. Why? I'm saying this because you need a perfume to also elevate yourself and create a framework around you to also establish yourself in the work environment as somebody who has character. You also want to grow in that social ladder at work, probably. You want to get a promotion, a better job. You want to grow. If it's possible in your work environment to grow, you also want to grow. And perfumes do help you in that. They can. But they have to be sophisticated. You know, they have to be elegant and affluent, hunty. To quote a famous YouTuber who shall remain unnamed for now. The first fragrance from the Les Eaux range is Paris Biarritz. Okay? This thing is super delicate, super classy. It is very, very light. It was supposed to be concentrated as an eau de cologne, but Chanel wanted more money, so they changed. The marketing team allegedly changed their concentration name to eau de toilette right before the launch. But they were supposed to be like a cologne collection, so super light, but with character and zest. Really good ingredients, super high-end ingredients, wonderful citrusy opening note. However, Biarritz is all about the lily of the valley. Lily of the valley that, however, stays very close to the skin, does not penetrate other people's space, and it's very, very, very classy. Super classy. High quality citruses in here. Quality citruses. Now, again, I see Pop is saying, give me all the other parfums, couldn't care for eau de cologne or the toilette. Well, we are talking about fragrances for the office now, so we don't want to annoy our colleagues. So it is a delicate topic because obviously perfumes are there to enhance our character and our personality. And if you have a big personality and you want a big fragrance to go with that, you know, it might be difficult in an office environment. So this subtle, toned down, but really, really high-end ingredients. The second one, fabulous, very herbal, is Gucci's Mémoire d'une odeur, the memory of an odor, or the memory of a smell. Now, this one is all about the chamomile, and it is a particular type of chamomile, the Roman chamomile. Very, very herbal, light, but it has heft. And it smells longer on clothes than it does on the skin. It's a soothing smell. It's not going to annoy people around you, but it smells medicinal almost in a very, very clean way. But by clean, I don't mean soapy. This one is not soapy at all. I mean, it smells of somebody who is well groomed, who takes care of themselves. So again, here we go with the psychology. This factors into when other colleagues or potential bosses judge you, you know, or consider whether or not to give you a promotion. This smell makes people feel like you are well groomed and you take care of yourself, and you cook healthy food, you know, and your conversations are well balanced. So it's a very, very interesting perfume. That was my number 2. Ah, there you go. Pop is a huge Gucci perfume fan. Finley says, speaking of smells, gotta go clean up the coop of ceiling. Well, chickens also have a very particular smell. Happy coop cleaning, sweetie. Number 3, and this is a doozy. Number 1, the Chanel L'Eau Rouge. Now, I've been using mine so much, more than half a bottle is already empty. This, in particular, I would highly recommend for office because it's not really, Chanel doesn't sell it to you as a perfume, but they sell it to you as a body mist, or what would they call it? Eau parfumée revitalizing fragrant body mist. It is a blend of jasmine with a lot of different red berries and very, very, very light. So this one is kind of just meant to freshen up the zesty mood. It gives you an energizing, revitalizing boost. It doesn't affect anybody around you. It stays very close to the skin. And yes, it does last just a couple of minutes and then it's gone. It's not meant to be an opulent fragrance. It's meant to just spray it on, inhale it a couple of times, get like a zesty, almost like I just had a coffee, or no, I had a cleansing juice type of smoothie type of vibe, and then you go about your day. So this is great for the office, and it really, really boosts your mood. It makes you feel really happy. I am living for L'Eau Rouge, and it really is not offensive to anybody. Aisha says L'Eau Rouge is an absolute essential for me now. I love it. I love it too. And I also spray it at home all the time. It's a wonderful boost of positive energy. Selena says, this is when light perfumes really shine because they won't offend and won't last. Just a pick-me-up. This is exactly. It's a pick-me-up that does not even try to sell itself as an eau de toilette or a perfume. And Chanel states very clearly, they're not lying to us here. They're not trying to trick us. They say it's just a revitalizing body mist. You can also put it on your hair everywhere, and then it's gone after a couple of minutes, but it just energizes you. It's so, so, so beautiful. So this is perfect, perfect for the office. Now, if you're moving more into classical territories and you would like something for the office, but you want to have a psychological mood as if you were almost in a Hitchcock movie in the 60s, and you want to have that office vibe of preppy, you always like a tie, a particular type of tie, a particular type of suit if you're a guy. If you're a lady, you like your little tailleuse, you like your little ensembles when you go to the office. This one is sold to men, but I always say perfumes know no gender. Eau Sauvage, Eau de Toilette. I have the travel flask in plastic. They used to make these in plastic for traveling so that they're light. I wish they would still do this. Obviously, recyclable plastics and yada yada to make it sustainable for today's standards. But Eau Sauvage Eau de Toilette is a wonderful, wonderful old school type of office scent, in my opinion. And I gotta say, Eau Sauvage, Eau de Toilette, though, right? Possibly in the older formulations if you can find it. Very soothing, very elegant, elevated, high quality citrus in the top notes. This one is not going to annoy anybody around you, but it is nevertheless very nuanced, has so many layers. It has such a texture to it that it makes you feel sophisticated, while at the same time not annoying anybody around you. You see, this is one of those, this is a splash bottle, by the way. Oh, it's so divine. So, so, so classic and vibrant at the same time. It invigorates you. It definitely screams, okay, this person knows what they're doing. They're good at their job. You see the psychology again. Person wearing this knows what they're doing. They are always on time. They never come late to work. It gives you that feeling of, oh, you can trust this colleague. Or if you're a boss, this smell makes you feel like you could trust this employee to really deliver the assignment. So this is a wonderful one for the office. Highly recommend. All year round. All year round. This one is good for summer and winter. Now, number 5 comes in a little satchel. Well, at least it did when I bought it when it was first released back in 2009/2010. It is from Hermès, and it is a Voyage d'Hermès in this crazy little turning flask thing. Metal. And then it has the flippy floppy bottle. This is the eau de toilette concentration. Wonderful perfume. This one is based off of juniper. So it kind of smells like gin, but with a soft nuance. I'm spraying all these perfumes on me now. Okay, this is gorgeous for the office. Don't go for the other concentrations. Stick with eau de toilette. And Hermès knows what it's doing when it comes to classy fragrances for any sort of social gathering. Voyage d'Hermès, also totally unisex, as I say. Perfumes know no gender. It comes in different sizes. This is the 50 ml, 35 ml refillable. You just screw this off and then you could kind of pour. You could buy the refill bottles. And it's kind of a weird concept. I've had this bottle since 2010. I've refilled it like 10 times already. This is another one that is very, very office friendly without it being cheap and just smelling like, oh, I don't dare, I don't dare offend anybody. No, this one has character while at the same time, or whilst at the same time, not bothering your colleagues around you. The juniper in here gives you a boost of energy. It does almost feel like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for happy hour. It does smell like a nice little gin tonic. So it makes you feel boozy, but in just the right amount. And of course, it's also very classy. It is Hermès after all. Wonderful, wonderful office fragrance. Wonderful office fragrance. Rich Mitch bought 5 Hermès Hermessence fragrances the other day. I hope one of them was Cuir d'Ange. Because I love Cuir d'Ange. It's actually my favorite Hermessence fragrance. Now, Number one, two, three, four, five. Number six is also super, super classic. It's actually the perfume. So, Eau Sauvage, Eau de Toilette, was kind of inspired by this little baby here that came out in the 50s. Pour Monsieur, the Eau de Toilette, not the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is a little bit too aggressive for the office. The Eau de Parfum is a fougère. The Eau de Toilette is a chypre. Gorgeous. What can I say? This thing, day and night, all year round. I go through these bottles almost like on a monthly basis. I drown. I dry up these bottles. It has a wonderful, delicate labdanum in there. There's a ginger note in there. There is a rose in there as well. There's a hint of incense, but it is fundamentally a cardamom ginger fragrance that does have all the other chypre elements in it. And one of the most beautiful, beautiful bergamot, Sicilian bergamots I have ever smelled. Chanel has those bergamots in here. And the Sicilian bergamot is just divine in this particular fragrance. It comes in different colors, depending on the batch and the harvest. It does have still a lot of natural ingredients in there. It still has a hint of real oak moss listed in its ingredients. It's not just all artificial oak moss. This one still has, albeit whatever IFRA allows it to have, a very tiny bit, but it still has real oak moss in it. Class in a bottle. What can I say? Coco Chanel developed only one male perfume during her lifetime, and that was Pour Monsieur. And after Henri Robert is the nose of this one, after Henri Robert developed this one and Coco approved it, she said, you know what, we don't need another one. This is just as perfect as they get. And boy, was she right. This is as perfect as it gets. For the office, extremely sophisticated, extremely intelligent, a very, very intelligent fragrance. Very, very intelligent, very clever. A person who wears this really knows what they're doing, and a person who wears this never needs to show off. A person who wears this is very sure of themselves, but never in an arrogant way, always in a very, very classy and open way. It's a person who's always ready to help their colleagues, who always has the answer for everything, but never delivers that answer as if they knew more than you do. Wonderful, wonderful perfume, so well blended and balanced. Soothing, really, for the office, and very classy, otherworldly, literally, from other times. Beautiful, beautiful perfume. So that was number 6. Number 7, let me tell you, Hermès delivers again. This one is gorgeous. It is from the Cologne series from Hermès. It is my favorite Hermès Cologne fragrance. It is Eau de Gentian Blanche, the white gentian flower. This is a very, very bitter fragrance, because gentian, if you ever had gentian grappa or gentian tea, it's incredible. It's highly bitter. This one is also packed full with rose and Bulgarian rose. Oh man, elegance in a bottle. This thing is so sophisticated. Like literally, this is the type of perfume you gotta wear if you're going into a meeting with your boss and you want to ask for a raise, or you want, or they're gonna step you up to a higher position. This is the perfume to wear. It is divine in summer. It's also great in winter, but in summer in particular, also to wear outside of the office. The dryness of this thing, the bitter smell of this is so refreshing in summer. It makes you, when you're sweaty and cloying and sticky, you wear this perfume in summer and it just makes you feel like you got air conditioning all around you. It is that well blended and balanced, and the bitter notes of the white gentian flower, better said the root, give it that. It's the bitterness that makes it smell dry, and it makes you feel dry. And then that delicate Bulgarian rose blended in, pure sophistication. A lot of people don't understand this perfume. And truth be told, it's one of their least selling colognes from the Cologne range of Hermès. I don't even know if they discontinued it or not, but highly worth purchasing, even if you're not working in an office. Just for summer in general, this thing is gonna, if you're especially spending time in a very hot and humid summer environment, this thing is gonna make you feel dry and clean. However, it takes some time getting used to that bitter note. That bitter note stays close to the skin. It will not annoy anybody around you. Uh, just don't overspray it. Don't overspray this one because it does, even though it's labeled as a cologne, it does have very, very, very powerful lasting power. Hmm? Now, this was number 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 8, I had to choose one from the Christian Dior Collection Privée, or Maison Dior. It used to be called Maison Dior, and before that it was called Collection Privée. I had to choose one, and this one is really refreshing, wonderful for the office. Don't overspray it though, but it is Balad Sauvage. And I chose Balad Sauvage because of its very, very, very beautiful and clear fig note. The fig note in this one is just so elegant. It's none of these really has sweetness in them. Maybe L'Eau Rouge a little bit from Chanel, but this one, it has such a sophisticated level of sweetness. It's blended masterfully. So it delivers fig in its fresh notes, but, and this is the masterful aspect of Balade Sauvage, there's just a teeny tiny bit of sweet in there. Powdery, dry sweetness. So we know that in perfumery, if you go really sweet, then it can become a little bit overbearing, especially in the office when, like I would never recommend you to wear Poison Girl by Dior to the office. That is very insane. But Balade Sauvage, beautiful, elegant, elevated, Mediterranean touch. It gives you a flair of a person that has traveled, that knows of the world, and has also something to deliver to the table in the office to other colleagues. It makes you smell, of somebody who has always very interesting and teaching and teachable stories to bring to the table and share with colleagues and also with bosses without ever being arrogant and snobby. So this perfume is great for the office. However, don't overspray it because fig has a tendency of, if you overlay, you can layer this one on top of itself, just like with certain makeups, you could do layer over layer over layer, and fig can become cloying. So you got to know how to dose it. And if you know how to dose it, it's pure sophistication in the office. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9. Listen, hear me out on this one. Okay. Number 9 is a cologne, but with character. A hell of a lot of character. And that would be the Mugler Cologne. I have a 300 ml bottle here. So obviously I said you don't take alien to the office. You don't take angel to the office. But Thierry Mugler's cologne is gorgeous for the office. It has that DNA of a Thierry Mugler fragrance. Totally. It totally delivers the DNA of a Thierry Mugler fragrance. But it, it's suave. It's elegant. There's a softness to it. No. Now we're layering even more. Let me just... It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, elegant, synthetic cologne because, Thierry Mugler always needs to have a synthetic moment in his fragrances. And it delivers... Hold on. Oh, man, it's so beautiful. It is... as the color shows, it is a green cologne fragrance with zest, but it stays sophisticated. This one was not released in the 90s. It was released later, but it does have a reminiscence of the 90s. It's beautiful. It reminds me a little bit like of a very, very, very lighter version of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Fleur du Mal. Of course, Fleur de Mal would be a bomb for the office. Like, you don't wear Fleur de Mal to the office. You don't. It's a gorgeous perfume, but it's not for the office. Now, envision Fleur de Mal reformulated for the office, and this is kind of what you get. There's that citrus, orange, neroli in there. It's gorgeous. In fact, this perfume is very well blended between Mugler and Gautier. It could be a Gautier, it could be a Mugler. It's a beautiful, beautiful perfume. Super sophisticated, with character, sexy. This this is how you do sexy office. This is how you do, you want to flirt, both women and men, doesn't matter. This is how you do sex in the office. It never pushes over the top, but it's highly flirty, but never, hey, come with me, come with me. No, 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 no. It just kind of lures you in. There's a sexuality to this one that is highly sophisticated because it does not scream into your face. It weaves a web and it lures the victims into the web. So if you want to do sexy office, this is sexy office without ever being overbearing and overpowering, mind you, because we're keeping it not overbearing and not overpowering. This is the office of today. You know, who knows how the future is going to be, but this is the office of today. And gorgeous green, sexy green fragrance. Wonderful, wonderful. If you want to have a little flirty going on in the office, this is the one for you. And now we get to number 10. What can I say, you guys? I chose the most elegant one for last. This one is a perfume that you wear for yourself, okay? You're going to wear this last fragrance just for yourself. You're going to want to smell yourself wearing it. You're not going to care if anybody else around you smells you wearing it or not. This is something for your own peace of mind. This is the perfume that I recommend you wear if you maybe potentially have also anxiety in the office, like if you have a little bit of fear from other people around you and you just need to be in your zone. Obviously, if you just want to feel in your zone, you could be the type of person who makes or boils some water and makes a tea, and then I would highly recommend sage tea for that, because sage has a very soothing smell. If you're not allergic to chamomile, you could do a chamomile tea. So obviously, if you're in the office and you're an anxious person, I think certain type of teas like sage or chamomile or mint tea can help you just soothe yourself and anxiety. But if you were ever to want to wear a perfume to also feel beautiful, elegant, safe, this is the one. We had to end it with a Chanel Eau de Cologne. It's as simple as that, you guys. This is the most beautiful Eau de Cologne I have ever smelled. I still have a bottle from the times of Jacques Polge. It's still in production. But this thing is amazing. This thing is amazing. This thing is so well blended. The best ingredients are in here. And it has a hint of vanilla. So again, there's that delicate sweetness somewhere far, far, far behind. It's never overbearing, never overpowering. It's a beautiful, beautiful, very understated perfume. Super soothing because the quality of this thing. Oh, man. I mean, I don't have words. It's just, it smells so good. The quality of this shit, like every single ingredient in here is like up there, and all of the grassy notes, the citrusy notes, the bergamoty notes. It literally, you know how this thing feels? It feels like you're spending the weekend somewhere in the Mediterranean countryside, in France possibly, and both you and your partner or whoever you're together with are wearing those oversized white cotton or linen shirts. You know, it's like an advertisement, and you wake up in the morning and those beautiful yellow warm hues, rays of light coming into that patio wherever you're staying, and there's light everywhere, and there's beautiful grass growing around you, and you wake up and all you put on is that white cotton shirt or poplin shirt or linen shirt, and you kind of open the windows and there's a breeze of fresh air and a slight wind coming through and the shirt moving in the wind, you know? That's the smell of this thing. And that's how freshly beautiful and poetic you're going to smell also at work. And that's why I said if you have a little bit of anxiety or something, this thing smells of a safe space. it really smells of a safe space, because nothing, not one single ingredient in here is trying to trick you. Nothing is hiding. There's no cheap ingredient trying to act as if it were an expensive ingredient, hence tricking you, you know, deceiving you. That's why I'm saying this is a really good perfume if you have anxiety, because there's no deceit in here. It's not deceitful. It is super honest. It knows what it's doing. Beautifully blended and soothing. So it's a wonderful perfume. Also for the office, whoever's around you is also going to feel amazing. And it does smell like $1,000,000 at the same time. So it smells like you know what good quality is. And if you smell of something or somebody who knows what good quality is, then of course, automatically, psychologically, all your colleagues and potential bosses or boss are going to think, oh, wow, this person knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing and they know how to deliver. So this is something I highly recommend. And not just for the office. Especially in summertime, this thing is going to make you feel like you're flying through clouds, through nature. So, so, so beautiful. So those would be my top 10 perfumes for the office. I hope you are going to share with us in the comment section down below your favorites for the office, or just for the work environment. It doesn't have to be an office. Office is a big kind of term, but it can be just any work environment, really, where you're dealing with other people. And it's just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful concept of kind of, for me, you know, to try to figure out, okay, which perfumes in today's day and age where everybody's trying to be as inoffensive as possible, which 10 perfumes can we choose that allow us to be inoffensive, but at the same time, they're not bland. They don't give us lack of character. So they're not supposed to be offensive to others, but at the same time, they're supposed to underline our character, our strength of character. And these are the 10 I came up with. I hope you've enjoyed my selection. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love, and subscribe to my channel and thumb up this video if you've liked it, liked it thus far. Until next time, bye.